Welcome to NY Weekly Record. I am Michele Evans. And this week, New York did what New York does best. It showed up loud, messy, emotional, impossible, and completely unforgettable. The Knicks brought home their first championship in 53 years, and more than 2 million fans flooded Lower Manhattan for a parade that turned into orange and blue history. Sidewalk merch, blocked gates, packed streets, Fulton Street survival games, and one very New York escape mission. In court, the Luigi Mangione case took another sharp turn when the defense abruptly withdrew its extreme emotional disturbance strategy, just one day after it surfaced in open court, raising new questions about what the defense can reveal, what it needs sealed, and how much strategy can survive once a case becomes national news. On Long Island, the families of the Gilgo Beach victims finally faced Rex Heuermann as he was sentenced to life without parole. But the courtroom belonged to the women whose lives were stolen, and to the families who refused to let their names disappear. And at Rikers, detainees earned degrees as Mayor Zohran Mamdani spoke at graduation, reminding New York that education, programming, and human dignity are not extras. They are public safety. Because in New York, records are not just kept. They are broken, buried, challenged, corrected, and sometimes rewritten in real time. This is NY Weekly Record.
Okay, let's go.
Take that, rewind it back. Sir, got the voice to make your booty go.
We gon' start this thing on right. Say what? We got the start it out in the house tonight. Yeah. We gon' start this thing on right. Say what? We got the ATL in the house tonight. Yeah.
Jose Alvarado, Landry Shaman, Miles Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. 3, 2, 1, hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away.
They got me doing fucking overtime out here, right? I'm running around doing overtime. Why? Because the Knicks fucking took it, you know? And now it's gonna get ugly. You're gonna see there's gonna be a fucking stampede of fucking Timberland boots and chopped cheeses falling from the sky the Aki way. I'm telling you, it's gonna get really bad out there. Everybody's coming together. Even the cops, they're dancing and partying. Everybody's in the street. I'm fucking scared. I'm scared to even go out there anymore. The fucking city's gonna burn. You know what? We're not gonna be able to put out the fires. You know why? Because everyone's dancing in the fucking fire. It's like it's 1980 again. God damn it, bro. I like orange and blue. I like the Knicks. I like the Mets. I like Rikers Island. It's all orange and blue. But you know what? This can't be good.
The triple referee, cell block my attitude, that I'm most definitely.
And now for the most New York thing that happened all week. The Knicks won their first NBA championship in 53 years. And New York City responded exactly how New York City responds. Not with a polite little celebration. Not with a modest gathering. No. Lower Manhattan turned orange and blue. 2 million fans packed the parade route. Patrick Ewing, Carmelo Anthony, Alicia Keys, Ben Stiller, Fat Joe, Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, Tracy Morgan. Basically, every famous New Yorker got the same emergency alert. Knicks won. Report downtown immediately. But the real stars were the fans. The fans who waited their whole lives. The fans who remembered 1973. The fans who showed up before breakfast. And the fans who didn't even get into the official viewing areas, but still stood there like, we love it even though we didn't get in. That is New York. You may close the gates. You may block the streets. You may reroute the subway. But you cannot stop Knicks fans from being emotionally, spiritually, and geographically present. And then there was Fulton Street. Because of course there was Fulton Street. The parade above ground was history. The subway below ground was Escape from New York, Orange and Blue edition. Fans were trapped in the station. Exits were blocked. Directions were conflicting. People were trying to find daylight, cell service, a bathroom, a way home, or just one staircase that led somewhere normal. At one point, an officer reportedly claimed there were 5 million people outside. 5 million in Lower Manhattan for a Knicks parade. Then the camera came out and somehow the estimate dropped to 4 million. Still ambitious, officer. Very ambitious. But even with the barricades, the crowd control confusion, the packed platforms, and the full municipal escape room experience, the joy held. That is the record. Not perfect, not polished, not quiet. New York joy, messy joy, loud joy, overcrowded joy, orange and blue chaos joy. The Knicks got the keys to the city, but the fans already had them. Even the ones trapped at Fulton Street. Especially the ones trapped at Fulton Street. Knicks forever. Now to Manhattan Supreme Court, where one of the most watched criminal cases in New York just took a sharp turn. On Wednesday, Luigi Mangione's defense appeared to open the door to an extreme emotional disturbance strategy. By Thursday, that door was pulled shut. The defense abruptly withdrew its CPL 250.10 psychiatric defense notice at this time, less than 24 hours after the issue surfaced in court before Judge Gregory Caro. And that phrase, at this time, is doing a lot of work. Because this does not necessarily mean emotional disturbance is gone forever. But it does mean the formal psychiatric defense route is off the table right now. And that matters. Extreme emotional disturbance is not an insanity defense. It is not a claim that someone did not know right from wrong. In New York homicide law, EED is mitigation. It can reduce murder to manslaughter if a jury finds the defendant acted under an extreme emotional disturbance with a reasonable explanation or excuse. In plain English, it is not guilty. It is guilty of something less. So when that notice appeared, it signaled a possible shift in the case. The defense may have been moving away from a straight factual fight and toward a battle over mental state, motive, emotional collapse, and whether the prosecution's theory fits murder. Then, suddenly, it vanished. The timing is hard to ignore. The withdrawal came after sealed material connected to the strategy became an issue, after court discussion, and after the case once again showed how quickly legal moves can become national headlines. That creates the real question. Did the defense pull back because too much was exposed too soon? Because psychiatric discovery opened too many doors for prosecutors? Because the federal case makes the strategy too risky? Or because the defense decided EED might hurt more than it helps? For now, Mangione's trial posture shifts again. Instead of a clear mitigation defense, the defense may focus more on attacking evidence, challenging searches, fighting the terrorism framing, disputing intent, and managing the collision between the state and federal cases. This case is not just about what prosecutors say happened. It is about what the defense can reveal, what it must protect, and how much strategy survives once it hits open court. Yesterday, EED was the headline. Today, the withdrawal is the story. And in a case where every filing becomes national news, that reversal may say as much as the defense itself. Tonight, we turn to Suffolk County, where one of New York's most painful criminal cases reached a formal ending. Rex Heuermann, the Massapequa Park architect who admitted to murdering 8 women between 1993 and 2010, has been sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences without parole, followed by an additional 100 years to life. He will die in prison. But this story is not about him. It is about Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, Amber Lynn Costello, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Jessica Taylor, Valerie Mack, Sandra Costella, and Karen Vergata. For more than a decade, the phrase Gilgo Beach became tied to missing women, abandoned remains, delayed justice, and families forced to live with questions no family should ever have to carry. At sentencing, those families finally had the floor. They spoke about daughters, sisters, cousins, mothers, and women whose lives were too often reduced to where their bodies were found, or to the circumstances that made them vulnerable. Jessica Taylor's family faced her killer on what would have been her 43rd birthday. Megan Waterman's daughter spoke from the impossible position of a child who had to grow up with the public horror of her mother's murder. Valerie Mack's family reminded the court she had dreams. Maureen Brainerd Barnes' family spoke of years of grief, guilt, and unanswered questions. And together, the families did what the justice system took far too long to do. They centered the women. A life sentence can punish. It can remove a killer from the world. It can close a criminal case. But it cannot bring back a mother. It cannot restore a sister's voice. It cannot give back birthdays, holidays, phone calls, childhoods, or futures. The Gilgo Beach case is also a reminder of how vulnerable women are treated before and after death. Many of these women were sex workers. For too long, stigma shaped how the public talked about them and how urgently their disappearances were treated. They deserved better. They deserved safety. They deserved urgency. They deserved to be searched for, protected, believed, and remembered as full human beings from the beginning. On sentencing day, their families made sure they were. Rex Heuermann leaves the courtroom as a prisoner. The women leave the record as names, lives, mothers, daughters, sisters, and human beings who should never again be buried beneath the man who murdered them. And finally tonight, a story from Rikers Island that deserves more than a headline. This week, detainees at Rikers put on caps and gowns and graduated. Inside a jail complex so often associated with violence, neglect, crisis, and despair, young people did something powerful. They studied, they finished, they walked across a stage. Mayor Zohran Mamdani spoke at the graduation, bringing City Hall attention to a moment that should make New York pause. Because graduation inside Rikers is not symbolic fluff. It is not a feel-good distraction. It is evidence. Evidence that people inside are still capable of achievement. Evidence that education can reach people even in the hardest conditions. Evidence that rehabilitation is not just a word politicians use in speeches. It is something real that happens when people are given access, instruction, structure, and respect. And that matters. Because a classroom inside Rikers can be oxygen. A teacher calling someone by their name can be oxygen. A GED packet, a college course, a barbering lesson, a cooking class, an acting class, a law library visit, a resume workshop. These are not luxuries. They are lifelines. They remind people that they are more than a charge, more than a court date, more than a housing unit, more than the worst moment of their life. Rikers is still Rikers. A graduation does not erase the violence, the lockdowns, the court delays, the medical neglect, or the trauma of being trapped inside that system. But it does show what is possible when New York chooses to invest in people instead of only punishment. And that is the hopeful part. Because public safety is not just a jail bus and a locked door. Public safety is someone coming home with a diploma, a trade, a plan, a mentor, a certificate, a skill, and a reason to believe the world has not given up on them. So yes, this week's Rikers graduation should be celebrated. Every graduate earned that applause. But celebration is not enough. If New York can put a podium inside Rikers for a graduation speech, it can protect the classrooms, programs, teachers, workshops, and re-entry services that made that graduation possible. Graduation Day showed what people can do. Now City Hall has to decide whether those possibilities survive. And that is this week's New York Weekly Record. From the joy of Knicks fans flooding the city, to a hard turn inside the Mangione courtroom, to the long-awaited sentencing in the Gilgo Beach case, to a hopeful graduation ceremony for detainees on Rikers Island, this week reminded us what New York always is. Complicated, loud, painful, resilient. We saw celebration. We saw accountability. We saw families still carrying unimaginable loss. And we saw people inside one of the city's hardest places reaching for something better. That is New York. A city of records, a city of survivors, a city where even the hardest stories still leave room for hope. I'm Michele Evans. Thank you for watching the New York Weekly Record. Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for another week of the stories shaping New York. Until then, stay safe, stay strong, and keep showing up.